So about a year ago, one of my good friends who's also on SPEMA, you might know him as Bowie, he did his very first BrockU Talks here, talking about his organization. And from that day, it's really inspired me to do a talk. But the real question was, what talk do I want to do it on? There's so many things I could talk about. I could talk about my love for sports, which I will tonight. I could talk about things I've accomplished in life. But I really want to do something that's passionate to me and will have a great impact for everyone here and everyone at BrockU. About 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with a mental health disorder known as Tourette Syndrome, and I want to share with you tonight my personal story, triumphs, some downfalls, some negatives, and how I got to where I am today. So first off, a little exercise. I want you to think of a time when you might have felt hopeless. Maybe you were criticized and ostracized. Perhaps you were bullied or embarrassed. Or you didn't believe in yourself. I can think of a time back when I was in middle school when, and you gotta understand that mental health back then didn't have as much awareness as it does now, so it's a different time. When kids would bully me or say things to me that I didn't really appreciate. But those are different times than what they are now. So my goal for this presentation is, first of all, educate you on Tourette Syndrome and mental health disorders, to motivate you to take that first step to achieving your goals, and to inspire you to take action. And funny enough, as I constructed these goals for this speech, I realized these are the same things, the same purpose of BrockU Talks. The mini conference that aims to inspire, motivate, and spark positive change. And that's what I hope to accomplish as well. So first of all, who am I? Wow, as I was introduced, I'm a third-year sport management student here at BrockU, of course. I'm also co-president of SPEMA Council, or Sport Management Council. And something my friends will probably know about me, I am a comic book junkie. So during intermission or after tonight, you want to talk to me about comic books, we can have a little chat as well. I don't profess to know everything about the world of comic books, but I know enough to have a conversation. So what is Tourette Syndrome? Well, these aren't my words. These are straight from the National Institute of Neurological Disease and Stroke. Tourette syndrome is a neurological disorder characterized by repetitive involuntary movement and vocalizations called tics. It's a complex disorder that's characterized by abnormality in certain brain regions. Some additional disorders that come with Tourette's, and doesn't happen to everybody, is OCD, also known as obsessive compulsive disorder, and anxiety. And with Tourette syndrome, there's no real effective treatment. And I put effective in quotes for a reason. There are medications for Tourette syndrome. However, there's sedatives. The word that I want to put there is there's no natural. There is natural treatment. There isn't anything that's really effective. And that's where my sort of sports come in, because it helps allow me to control Tourette syndrome. Some of the tics that I suffer from is eye blinking, throat clearing, and head shaking. Those are the things I suffer from. And sometimes I do get anxious. So my personal story. I guess it starts off back in November 28, 1991, born to my parents, Jane and Joe. I had to throw a couple baby pictures in there. But when I was a kid, my parents noticed something in me, something that wasn't, honestly, normal wasn't the right word, but just something a little off. They noticed that I would blink my eyes a lot. And they'd always pass it to the wayside, thinking that, oh, it's just allergies. It's just his eyes are really dry. And I didn't think anything as well. I was 8 years old, and I didn't know much either. Am I supposed to know what Tourette syndrome is? No. But I do. Like I said, there was a lack of mental health awareness back 10 years ago as there is now. When I was in middle school, I started developing new tics. My eye blinking, of course, was one of them, and then I started clearing my throat. The middle school I went to was in Toronto, in the East End. It was called Duke of Connaught. And one thing you should know about Duke, and funny enough, my mom actually went to that school as well, in middle school. It's not the greatest, wasn't the greatest neighborhood as it was now. I have to admit, there were a lot of kids there that were also troubled, and a lot of them were drug dealers as well. Yeah, 13, 12-year-old drug dealers, it happens. The worst thing someone said to me when I was in middle school, and they asked me why am I clearing my throat, I said, well, I have Tourette syndrome. And they said to me, ew. worst thing someone's ever said to me. It was about middle school when my mom started thinking that I might have had Tourette's, and I didn't really know either what that was. She popped up one day on my laptop and typed it in, and I looked it over. I didn't really know what it meant. It just, I saw big words that a 13-year-old probably wouldn't know, but it struck me. You can say when I was in middle school, a lot of intestinal fortitude to stand up to what people were saying. When I was 13, and this was about the first year when I was in high school, I was officially diagnosed with mild Tourette's. And I say mild because Tourette's can be on a scale from mild to severe. And some of you may notice that people that have severe Tourette's are the ones that shout obscenities, swear words, racial slurs, those kind of things. That's on the extreme end, where there isn't so much control. And one thing I should say about Tourette's is the feeling people that have Tourette's is like this impulse or this urge to just, I don't know, say something, right? It's that feeling that you just have to get it out. It's like you can control it, but then you just have to get it out. That's what Tourette syndrome is. And that's really a severe end, whereas I suffer from a mild version of it. And there might be some of you that might not notice what kind of things. And that's perfectly normal as well. And there's some that do, but I understand there's more awareness as it is today. My friend's gonna kill me because it's this. I was talking on the phone with my friend last night. I said, there's gonna be a couple of photos on there of you. He's like, I should be fine. No, hopefully. So, one of my good friends, Richard, on the top right there, and on the bottom left with my friends back home in Toronto. These are my friends I grew up since I was in kindergarten. Some from middle school as well. Not in Brooklyn, of course. These are what I consider really close friends, very supportive friends. They support everything I've done since they've known me, really. Since those days in kindergarten, believe it or not. They've always been at my side no matter what. And I didn't want you to think that in middle school, when people said things to me, that I was always the one that was thrown in the locker, because that never happened, of course. I always had friends at my side that would defend me and always back me up. I consider these friends brothers to me. That's how close they are. When I was in high school, I really started to find my talents in sports. I used to be a former runner, and I competed cross-country track and every year. And I always played sports just for fun. I always enjoyed it. That feeling of competitiveness, playing with your friends, always trying to win. It's something I enjoyed. It just was just second nature to me to pursue the sports. There's one thing my parents noticed when I was playing sports. They noticed that my tics would go down. And the reason behind it is, and there is actually scientific proof this injustice, is because I was focused. I had a task in mind. I had to run a lap, for example, or I was so focused on scoring a goal in hockey. That's what I was focused on. And you notice my tics would go down. And I didn't do sport just for that reason. That was just a bonus. I did sport because I love sport. The thrill of it, the participation of it. So much to the point that I even was a personal trainer at one point. After high school, I did 2 years at George Brown College doing my fitness diploma, preparing me for a personal training job. I worked at a gym called Body and Soul Fitness from 2011 to 2013, a gym in Toronto. This is where I really took my love of sport and exercise, and I could use it to help people, help them transform their body, help them achieve their goals. I used to enjoy working with runners. They were my favorite clientele because I knew where their head was at. I knew what they wanted to achieve. They wanted to run this time in a marathon or a half marathon, whatever it be. I also worked with clients that wanted to lose weight, or clients that came from physiotherapy or that came out of some sort of injury or rehab. I worked with a wide range of clientele, but there was one common thing. They all had goals. They all had something they wanted to achieve. And that's what my job was. It wasn't so much a job, it was my passion. I enjoyed seeing a smile on the face when a client achieved their goals. Nothing could trade that in. And now I'm here at Brock University. And I enjoyed personal training. I really did. My friends would say that I was a fitness guru per se. I don't think so, but I enjoyed fitness. But it came a time where I wanted to do something else. I'm very bored, so I get bored when I want to do something else. And that's where it came time to realize that, to go somewhere further in my life, I need to pursue a high level education. But I just didn't want to do any program just for the sake of doing a program. I could have done something else if I wanted to, but I had to have a purpose. I told my friends this, I was actually going to go to Windsor to do kinesiology there and major in sport management. And then I found BrockU. They had a sport management program there. A program that specializes in the business side of sports. And I'm happy to be here. So here I am now. I was a former provincial and national cross-country track and field athlete. I ran at George Brown College, and I also ran for my club in Toronto Olympic Club. These were great times. I made a lot of friends, a lot of close friends, and I also had an opportunity to be the best I could possibly be. I'm glad to say I can run a mile. Not today, though. A few years ago, in under 5 minutes. Now, yeah, not so much. Like I said, I help clients achieve their goals. The thrill of seeing clients' face light up and them achieving their goals, now I would never trade that in. Down here, these are some of my close friends that I work with at Body and Soul Fitness. That was us during Halloween. Bottom right there, one of my good friends from George Brown, Bass. We were good buddies in college. We all would be very like-minded. We had similar goals of always just wanting to help people and be the best we could possibly be. If I could say there's one person that got me really seriously into weightlifting, it was definitely him. And Toastmasters, a place where I really developed my communication skills and my leadership skills. This is the place that actually, when I was working at Body and Soul Fitness, that my mentor suggested that I attend. Because one thing I really lacked a few years ago was communicating people, understanding people, not so much selling people, but so much communicating people and understanding people. I'm glad to say Toastmasters has really changed my perspective and my life. And lastly, Sport Management Council. I'm really proud to say, and I know one of my friends, two of my friends in the back, actually 3 here today, they're all here, good for them. Mitch, Fahim, and Naveed, thank you for coming. I got to work with some really talented gentlemen this year, and ladies as well, throughout this year, and we did things that we never thought we could do. It didn't take one person to do this, it was a group effort. We all worked together to achieve things that we never thought we could. As I look at these photos, they're not really just photos of me, they're memories and they're accomplishments. Saying that we were able to plan a trip to go watch the Toronto Raptors, that we were able to host the very first sport conference at Brock University, it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. Throughout my life, there are some things I had to reflect on. Like I said, there were some downfalls. Time when people said things to me in middle school, and as my life progressed. 3 things I really value in my life is honesty, loyalty, and respect. Honesty in that you're always truthful to people you care about. Loyalty, always at somebody's side. And respect, well, treating others the way you want to be treated. Love yourself. The most important thing for achieving any of your goals is to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, how can you love somebody else? Be proud of who you are no matter what. I wake up every morning thinking, how am I going to be better today? How am I going to be better today than I was yesterday? Coming to BrockU Talks? Definitely not. Hard work and determination and willpower. I put willpower into practice because it took a lot of willpower or intestinal fortitude to overcome things people said to me when I was growing up. I believe the work, whatever you get out is what you put in, but what you get in is what you put out. That's what I believe. Some closing thoughts. I want to leave you 2 quotes that have a personal connection with me. The first one at my MMA school that I attend, you may or not see it, but I'll read it out. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, that is not an act, but a habit. Meaning that to be better, for example, it's not an act, it's always a habit, constantly doing it over and over again. One of my favorite quotes from Lao Tzu is, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Thank you.